What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do want to give a huge shout out to my last story time. I got so much love and feedback and views from that story time, and I think you guys really enjoyed it, and I'm so thankful for that. I'm just here to make y'all laugh, take the stress off a little bit. So I'm thankful that you guys did tune in, that you got a laugh out of it. I got so much love and feedback from that video, even though it was a few years ago. I still got so much encouragement, and I'm just thankful for all the love, you guys. I send it all back out your way, and I just thank you so much for taking the time to watch. So we are back today with another story time. As you can see by the title, a line called Quest. Some of you may have got that reference. It was a line back in the day where you can call and meet local singles and mingle and all of that good stuff I had no business doing in middle school. Yes, this takes place when I was in middle school, and I think it's going to be a part of a series that I call Middle School Chronicles, because when I was in middle school, I don't know about y'all, but I was a straight weirdo. Like, I have so many story times because I was such a weird kid. Like, in middle school, I went through this phase where I was just, so I think this is going to be a part of a series because a lot of my story times that I have coming up for you guys that are just outlandish, a lot of them took place in middle school, freshman year, like that 4-year span of time when I was just in my very weird phase. So if you guys want to hear about that story time and you guys are interested to learn more about this fiasco of an event that took place with my weirdo self, keep watching.
Baby girl, roll down your window. I love to see your hair float when the wind blow. Even if the money been slow, hey, to you it don't matter, cause you're still gonna ride with me. You're still gonna ride with me. I say you're still gonna ride with me. I know you're still gonna ride with me. Hey.
So let's get into it. Okay, so I was in middle school, like I said. This was around 7th grade that this happened. But I was friends with this girl. We'll call her Jessica. So I was friends with this girl named Jessica, and she lived what to me at the time was a crazy life, which it kind of was crazy for a middle schooler, but at the time it was just so crazy. And I come from, a very sheltered, I guess you could say strict, but household where I wasn't allowed to do much. Didn't get to do sleepovers very often. So I was very sheltered in the fact that I really didn't get to do much. And now my friend Jessica, she was like the exact opposite. We all had those friends who parents just did not care what they did, even at young ages. And either they weren't around because they were working a lot, or they literally just did not care. So I didn't know what the situation exactly was with my friend Jessica, but she was one of those. Her parents, she got to do a lot of stuff. Let's just say that my parents would have never allowed me to do, or I never even got the opportunity to sneak and do them. So she was a little out there. But so, in being her friend, she was just so intriguing to me. That's kind of what made us friends. She would tell me these stories, and she would have the receipts to back it up. And so I just became a friend because I was like living vicariously through her, because her life to me at the time was just so interesting. And so like, oh my gosh, you get to do what? And what happened? And oh my goodness, while I'm just sitting at home, what nothing happened in my boring life. So I was sort of living vicariously through her. So anyway, I was friends with Jessica, and we used to stay up on the phone all night, just being friends, talking. And she's telling me her little stories of, the little adventures she used to get into and stuff like that. And one night, we're just on the phone. We have nothing to do. Let's call Quest. And I'm like, what's Quest? I didn't know anything about this. She's like, it's a line where, you get to call people, and, you meet people. You have to be 21 and up. And you meet people, you leave a voicemail, and you listen to other people's voicemails, and you might get a reply back, and you get to talk to people, And I'm like, does it cost anything? And she's like, no, girl, I never been charged. It doesn't cost anything. It's totally free. It was not free. Her mom was definitely getting charged for that, because I know my mom got charged for it, even for this one phone call. So yeah, sorry, Mom. But yeah, when that came on the bill, I was like, what? I have no idea. I don't know what that could have possibly been. But anyway, that's what that was. So she said it didn't cost anything. It definitely did. But anyway, how it works, like I said, is you leave a voicemail. Basically, you leave like a voice message, I guess you could say, of, you know, just a little intro of who you are, what you're looking for. So we were just super ratchet. And she had done this before, so she was kind of like a pro at it. So we were like, this is Tanya and this is Toya. I'm 21, she's 23, and we're just single, looking to mingle, you know, looking for a good time. We were so corny. Like, it was so funny. But looking back on it now, our names were Tanya and Toya. I'm not making that up. That's really the names that we use. She had the backstory and all that down packed because, like I said, she'd done this multiple times. This is just the first time with me. Okay, so we're clicking through and, you know, we hear the different messages and stuff. You know, this is John, I'm 30, looking for a good time, whatever. Next. We're clicking through. And then finally, because we're looking for two guys, of course, because we're two girls, we find this one where it's like these two guys and they're like, you know, our names are Andre and Jeremy and, you know, we're looking for a good time and we're looking for two, you know, single ladies tonight, you know, just hit us back and let us know what you want. So we left them a personal message, and of course it was the same. This is Tanya, this is Toya, 21, 23, looking for a good time, single, ready to mingle. We thought that was just the most clever thing ever in middle school to say, but yeah. That's how it went down. Anyway, so after we left them a personal message, we go back to clicking through all the different rejects. Nope, next. And we get a reply back. So it's like, you have a message in your inbox, you know, whatever. So we get a reply back from Jeremy and Andre, whatever. And they're like, y'all sound fine and let's link up, you know, what are y'all on? And we trying to see what y'all are about. Whatever. So we go back and forth in like 2 or 3 messages on Quest within their little platform or whatever, leaving voice messages back and forth until finally they're like, you know, what are y'all's numbers? Let's get off of this and talk, you know, outside of this, because that's kind of the point of it, I guess, is you leave voicemails until you guys exchange personal information and talk outside of the platform or whatever. So I was scared. I didn't want to do any of that. I'm like, I don't want to give them my number. No, like, I'm not trying to get in trouble. I'm scary, you know, all of this. And she's like, it's fine. I'll just give them my number and say that we're together because we are sisters and I was like, okay, that's a good idea. Give them your number and we'll just say that we're together and you can tell me what they say and we can talk, whatever. So she does give them her number and me and her jump back on the phone and she's telling me everything they're saying and, you know, I'm talking through her for her to send this message or whatever. We hang up and she's still texting them all night long. She comes to school, relays the information to me, you know, this is what was said, this, that. She's like, so Andre said he likes you and, you know, Jeremy, he likes me. So he wants your number. And I'm still like, no, I'm not giving him my number. I wasn't even allowed to take my phone to school at the time. And I could only be on it, you know, for certain hours and all of this. So I'm like, no, I don't want to give him my number. I can't even talk to him. And of course she had her phone at school, so she's talking to them all day as if, you know, it's both of us. And sometimes she gives it to me for like one class period or something, and we're, you know, secretly, you know, texting and stuff. Anyway, so we talked to them all day long for like 2 days straight, you know, just texting all day. She is anyway, and then I am whenever I see her at school. And so eventually she's like, Andre decides that he likes you and I'm really feeling Jeremy, so he really wants your number to talk to you by yourself, you know, whatever. So finally I'm just like, fine, like, you can give him my number, and I'm just gonna make up the fact that maybe like I work or something to where I can't talk to him as much and stuff like that. So anyway, so she eventually gives him my number and we're talking, you know, we talk for a couple of days as much as I can, and when I get home from school until 9 o'clock. But I'm always on the phone with her, telling her about what's going on, what do I say, this, that, because I'm new to all this. Mind you, these men are grown. They're like 25, 27. I know they're at least 25, but I believe they're like 25 and 27. And the older one is the one that liked me. So I'm just like shaking in my boots talking to these grown men we had no business talking to. Oh my gosh. But anyway, they're from like Texas too, by the way. Eventually, I don't know, she's like, Jeremy keeps on asking me to meet up with him. He says that, you know, he can come down here this weekend or whatever, and he wants to meet up with us. And I'm like, okay, like, so that's not gonna happen. So you need to just keep deterring the conversation, or we can just end this right now. Like, but we were, you know, having fun talking to them or whatever. And she's like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and tell him yeah, because I don't want him to think we're playing games with him. You know, he keeps on saying we playing, and I'm like, we are playing. We're middle schoolers. So she's like, no, but I don't want him to, you know, think that we're playing games and stuff. And I'm like, we are playing games. Talking to them for maybe about a week at this point, 5 days or so. And so the dude that I'm talking to, Andre or whatever, he's like, so, you know, Jeremy's supposed to be coming down there to link up with your sister. I'm gonna come with him too, so, you know, maybe we can link up and we can see each other and meet face to face and all this. And I'm just like, I even called my friend Jessica, and I'm like, he's talking about linking up. She ends up telling him anyway, yeah, let's link up. We can link up this weekend, whatever. She's like, just go with it. They're not gonna come. Trust me, I've done this before. Guys say that they're gonna come link up with you, and they never do. So just go along with it, whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay. You know, she's the pro. She knows what's what. She's done this multiple times. So I'm just gonna take her advice and go along with it. So I'm going along with it, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you know, I can't wait to meet you either. We're going to have so much fun, and blah, 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 blah. And so it comes, like, the next day is when they're supposed to be coming down there. And they're like, well, they're, like, really making plans to come. And I'm telling her, like, girl, they're really going to come. And she's like, no, they're not. Trust me, they're not. I've gone through this. They're not going to come. And they're like, you know, y'all at least need to meet us halfway because it is a long drive. And we're in middle school. We didn't know what halfway was between where we were and where they were in Texas. I don't even remember what city it was. But we don't know what halfway is or where that point would be. So she tells them the farthest we can go is Kansas City. We have an aunt that lives in Kansas City, and, you know, we'll meet you guys in Kansas City. That's as far as we'll go, and y'all can meet us there. And they're just like, cool, you know, they're with it, whatever. They're like, cool, that's fine. We'll go to Kansas City and meet y'all there. So, y'all, they're really coming. Like, they're not playing. They're like, we're on our way. And we're on the phone with them the whole time and, like, talking to them and stuff. And I'm on the phone with, like, my friend Jessica, and she's, like, on the phone with them. So it's, like, a three-way situation. Because we're supposed to be together. We're supposed to live together. We're sisters, you know, whatever. And they're talking about, you know, their trip and driving, and this is where they're passing, this is what they're doing, and then we're just having regular conversation on top of that. And I'm texting her while we're on the phone. I'm like, they're really coming. And she's like, I know, just keep it cool, whatever. And I'm freaking out on the inside, but still, like, trying to keep it cool, whatever. Well, as they're getting closer, you know, we end up getting off the phone with them because it was, like, a long drive. You know, we're not going to stay on the phone the whole time. So we eventually get off the phone with them. And I, you know, immediately, of course, call Jessica. And I'm like, what are we going to do? They're coming. He's texting me, you know, sending me pictures of stuff, where they are, how far out they are. They'll be here in X amount of hours, minutes, whatever. Asking if we're on our way at this point. And, you know, she's like, just tell them, yeah, we're on our way. We're in the car. Crazy. So we're just going along with it. I just go along with it, and yeah, eventually they get to the Kansas City, get to the place wherever she agreed to meet them at, and they're like, where y'all at? She's like, stop messaging them. I'm like, okay. So we stop messaging them, and of course he's messaging me, he's calling me, he's like, where y'all at? You know, how far are you? We're here. Yeah, this is so horrible. So they're blowing us up after about an hour or so. You know, we're not replying. We straight went ghost on them, but we're still on the phone with each other, of course. And I'm just like, he's calling me, I'm scared, you know, like, he's so upset. At this point, they're leaving us voicemails talking about, y'all playing. We don't play this stuff. You know, y'all are trash and we're gonna find y'all. And us being middle schoolers, you know, we're freaking out. And they're like, we got y'all's phone numbers. Y'all done effed up, you know. We can track where y'all are and we can use your phone numbers to find your address. We're going to show up to where y'all are. And, you know, we about it and we don't play these kind of games and y'all are trash. All this just going off and our voicemails blowing us up all night long. We, you know, just all night long. And so I'm calling her freaking out for as long as I can anyway. And then we eventually get off the phone. I call her the next day because this dude is blowing me up. And she just thinks it's funny. She's just like, I know, he's blowing me up too. Kiki, whatever. I'm like, no. They're going to find out where I live. My parents are going to know what I did. This is just a tragedy. You don't understand. I'm going to get in so much trouble. And this is so horrible. So I'm totally freaking out. I'm believing these dudes like they can figure out where we live. So this is like the most stressful night, 24 hours of my life. And yeah, they're blowing us up, of course. And eventually they're like, we're heading back. And my dude's like, I can't believe you did this. Y'all are weird. Y'all are probably not, they didn't say catfish because I don't think that was, I know that wasn't a term at the time. But they're like, y'all probably ain't even who y'all said y'all are. Who are the pictures y'all sent us of? You know, just, it was all bad. But yeah, long story short, we ended up just ghosting them, and they were really upset and threatening our lives, saying that they were gonna come shoot up our houses and, you know, find out where we work and come to our jobs and all of this. And I was shook. She wasn't so much shook. She was just like, wow, they're crazy, and like laughing it off. But I'm just like, I'm never doing this with you ever again. Like, don't involve me in your stuff. Just keep doing what you do and relay the stories back to me, but I'm not getting involved ever again. So yeah, that's basically how that went down. That is so horrible. And yeah, like I said, I was a weirdo in middle school. She was weird too, I guess, for doing it, but we had no intentions of meeting up with these guys. We were middle schoolers. They're in their 20s. You know, we had stuff, doing stuff we had no business doing. But yeah, it happened. Sorry to these men. I mean, they wasted their gas and everything coming out to Kansas City to see us. And it was a long drive, y'all. I know it was at least a couple hours, if not more. So yeah, sorry. But yeah. So that's just one of many weird instances that happened when I was in middle school, which was a huge deal at the time. I was literally shaking in my boots every day waiting for someone to come to my house or waiting for me to get in trouble when I got home from school. Like, who are these grown men? And but my parents never found out besides seeing that on the bill. But of course I was like, I don't know what that is. And that got brushed off. But anyway, yeah, so that was a line called Quest that we went on and had a little adventure. I mean, from our homes with our parents where we lived because we were in middle school. But yeah, that was that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this wasn't as elaborate as my first story time, maybe not even as interesting, but it was one of those times where we just did something so weird that we had no business doing, and yeah. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to share it with a friend. Like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Leave a comment below what you guys think. What are some of y'all's weird stories? Because I know we were all maybe a little weird in middle school. We were going through some things, you know. So yeah, leave me a comment below. Share your thoughts. Share the video with a friend. And subscribe. Subscribe to my channel so you guys can know when I upload again, and it'll be in your feed when you go to YouTube. So yeah, subscribe to my channel and let me know what you guys want to hear about next, or if you have any things you want me to review or anything like that, just let me know. I thank you guys so much for watching, for tuning in, for leaving your feedback, for sharing this video, and for just coming back to my channel and hearing me talk about my weird self from middle school. So I'll see you guys next time, and yeah.